大谷翔平選手の投手復帰が近づいていますね。そのことに関して解説者たちがいつ頃復帰なのか、今の状態はどうなのかについて話していましたので、そちらの動画をご覧ください。
Shohei Ohtani is expected to join the Dodgers rotation at some point next month. Alden Gonzalez tweeting yesterday that there's a slight chance it could occur before the All-Star break. The reason, his progress, but also the added roster spot. He can return as a 2 to 3 inning starter. That's the end of his tweet, I'll add. So that someone besides Kike Hernandez can eat up multiple innings to save the pitching
But the
staff.
key, you know what the key thing in that whole tweet was?
What?
The roster spot. He doesn't cost him a roster spot like a lot of other pitchers do. That's the key. That's why this is easier for the Dodgers than any other team to do, because of that rule they put in with the two-way. You can still carry 13 pitchers and have Shohei on the team, a two-way. So that's the key, the roster spot. You can do this. And they don't – because most teams would have to – if they were trying to rehab a guy at the big leagues, they would lose another pitcher.
Not
because
here.
of this rule, they don't.
Yeah, well, they're encouraging more unicorns, even though we haven't seen any.
Because it's like nearly impossible to do.
Exactly.
It's nearly impossible.
Jack Caglione throws 97, and they were like, dude, go hit dingers. Like, this is so hard to do. Like, it's the rule that they just made to just help the Dodgers win. It's unfair. It's unfair. The Dodgers just get everything.
Well, they're not going to win 130 games like some of you out
By
there
the way,
said.
Listen, I'm the biggest Jack Caglione fan there is out there, but, pitching now. No.
Not pitching.
No.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Hey, Dave Roberts said there's a, quote, north of 0 chance that Ohtani joins the rotation before the All-Star break. So do you think he will join the rotation before the All-Star break? To me, when they say that about Shohei, I actually kind of buy it. I'm like, but the only thing is, what are you going to do? You're going to have him do one outing?
Here's the only problem I have with this whole thing is when I saw the Dodgers a couple weeks ago and I talked to some people that were kind of into it.
Yeah.
They were saying that he hasn't thrown breaking balls and he's really afraid to throw the split. He's just like most of his outings have been all heaters, right? He hasn't thrown sliders. He hasn't thrown cutters. He hadn't thrown curveballs. He hadn't thrown splits. So until he can get out there and actually do that, which maybe he's done his last couple outings, but this was a couple weeks ago and they were like, he will only throw fastballs. And he was supposed to throw breaking balls the next day because his outing got rained out the day I was there. And he still, I don't think, did it.
I think he has, but don't quote me on it. I mean, he had 44 pitches in his 3 simulated innings.
And by the way, simulated inning is not the same.
I know. What did he throw, Kratz? What do you know?
He threw a few breaking balls. That one day, they counted how many breaking balls he threw in his side session. But I don't think he's thrown it on the mound against hitters yet.
Okay. So what do you think is going to happen? He's not going to use those pitches?
No, I'm just saying, like, he needs to be able to throw those pitches before he gets out there, Scott.
He's all fastballs now.
That's fine. There's guys that did that.
There are.
Lance Lynn did that for years.
He did.
And someone throw 100 pitches and throw one little breaking ball, and the rest were 4-seamers or 2-seamers.
Hey, Snell and Glasnow threw bullpen sessions on Tuesday as well.
Okay. Huh? Good luck.
Maybe that's why Dalton Rushing. That's why Dalton Rushing's up and sitting on the bench, so they can have a big league catcher rehabbing all of their rehabbing pitchers.
Yeah, I mean, he's exhausted. He's working with quite the staff. He gets to catch aces even when it's not a game play for him, right? Even when he's not starting.
Yeah.
MLB タイムズ
Okay, so the best team in Major League Baseball that you've seen so far this year is which?
Well, the best team that I've seen is probably the Dodgers, but the best team that might be in baseball that I haven't seen yet might be the Tigers. And who thought that was going to be the conversation that we would be having right now with the way that they're playing baseball? The best team in the Dodgers don't even have their best team on the field. They've got 14 guys that are currently on or have been on the IL. So they haven't really even gotten going to the point where their roster is about as good as it gets. The Yankees are very good in the American League that I've gotten a chance to see. But it's going to be wide open in the American League, I believe, to the degree of who makes those moves in the second half. But the Detroit Tigers are really, really good ball club. that I'm sure I will see in the second half at some point in my schedule.
Do you think the Dodgers should pitch Ohtani? What do you think?
I do think they should pitch him, and I think that's what he wants. The reality of what he did and why he came over here is all about playing two ways. So I think in a perfect world, in the next 3 years, that'll end. But in the next 3 years, he's going to want to do this, and you got to honor that for the greatest player of our generation. Second half, he'll start pitching. He's got such a weapon on the mound. He'll get used to that second surgery, and then next year, watch out. Next year could be the most complete year we've ever seen out of anybody in the history of our game. And he's such a great athlete. His ability to conform and manipulate not only pitches, but the bat, his speed, it's second to none. And you're running out of words to describe him.
Now, you're saying next year it's because it's usually that long to come off of the Tommy John surgery till you get back to where you can be. Do you think potentially October could be next year type Ohtani? What do you think?
Well, yeah, I think the fact that if you can get 10 starts under your belt before he gets in the postseason, and I think that's realistic, he'll be able to pitch meaningful games for the Dodgers. Again, they won a World Series last year without starters healthy. That's not going to happen again this year. They've got to find a way to get starters healthy. And the starters on paper, when healthy, is as good a rotation you'll ever see. But they've had this problem for 5 years. So until they figure that out, they're throwing a lot of money at the problem and a lot of players to mix in the match. And they're having their eyes on Ohtani being a big part of that, I would believe, in the second half.
大谷翔平選手の投手復帰が近づいていますね。そのことに関して解説者たちがいつ頃復帰なのか、今の状態はどうなのかについて話していましたので、そちらの動画をご覧ください。動画内で言っていた二刀流ルールに関しては、リハビリをしていく上でかなり追い風ではありますよね。他のチームでそんなことできるところは今なところないですからね。今後の動向に期待です。しかし打つ方では少し苦しんでいる感がありますね。ヤンキース戦以降は少し止まってしまっていますからね。どこかのタイミングでまた一気に調子が上がってくるといいですね。本日もご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録、高評価よろしくお願いいたします。